A teenager with a gaming app now poses a greater challenge to state authority than a literal foreign military invasion. Following the leak of high-stakes medical entrance exams in India, a generation of students found their futures suspended by systemic corruption. When they protested, the Chief Justice publicly characterized the unemployed youth as cockroaches and parasites. In neighboring Nepal, the frustration is identical. While the children of the political elite use social media to display extreme luxury, roughly 20% of the nation's youth struggle to find any form of employment. This visualization represents the state's reaction. Attempting to sever the descent at its source, the Nepalese government abruptly deleted access to 26 major social media platforms, cutting off the primary tools for work and family communication. Silencing an educated, marginalized population does not remove the threat to the establishment. It simply moves the conversation into a dark, invisible infrastructure the state can no longer monitor. Indian graduate student Abhijit Deepke decided to adopt the state's insult as a banner. Within 24 hours, he used generative AI to build the website and satirical manifesto for the Cockroach Janata Party. This chart tracks the growth of the movement. Within days, this parody account eclipsed the digital reach of every major political party in India, amassing over 20 million followers as youth frustration consolidated under a single mascot. The party transformed internet memes into a specific political demand: the resignation of India's education minister, Dharmendra Pradhan, who oversaw the failed examination system. By reclaiming the cockroach label, the youth created a political entity that is difficult to suppress through traditional law. You cannot easily prosecute a movement that identifies as a pest living in a rotten system. The Indian establishment responded by invoking national security laws. Citing threats to state sovereignty, the government ordered internet providers to block the CJP's website and withheld their accounts on major social platforms. In Nepal, the military moved to enforce the blackout. Armed police were deployed to ensure the social media ban remained absolute, attempting to isolate the protesters from their digital coordination tools. The map shows the failure of that strategy. Within 48 hours, VPN usage in the region surged by 8,000% as young users rerouted their traffic to servers outside the reach of local censors. This migration led directly to Discord. Because the platform is built for private gaming communities, it provided a decentralized space for organizing that the traditional political class could not monitor or even access. The attempt to impose total digital control achieved the opposite. It forced an entire generation to master the tools of an untraceable parallel society. In early June, that digital organization manifested in the physical world. Thousands of protesters wearing cockroach masks gathered at Jantar Mantar in Delhi, carrying school books to protest the deteriorating education system. The escalation was far more lethal in Nepal. As the youth-led movement demanded mass resignations, clashes with state security forces left 76 people dead and thousands injured. Protesters ultimately destroyed the state's most traditional symbol, storming the Nepalese parliament building and setting the structure ablaze. This highlights the limit of traditional force. While a state can occupy a physical building, it has no mechanism to arrest a decentralized network that coordinates through anonymous chat rooms. The collapse of the Nepalese government followed quickly. Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli resigned as his cabinet lost control of both the digital landscape and the streets. During the transition, the military high command chose to bypass the traditional political parties. Instead, they opened direct negotiations with the youth organizers behind the protests. Inside a Discord server with over 100,000 members, the youth held a virtual assembly. They used automated polling bots and real-time fact-checking channels to debate and select a candidate for the interim leadership. The military accepted the outcome of this digital vote. They swore in 73-year-old retired Judge Sushila Karki as the new interim leader, legitimizing a selection made entirely on a gaming app. Activists in Morocco and Madagascar are already linking into these same Discord servers to study the mechanics of the Nepalese uprising. By pulling the plug on the internet, the state unintentionally forced a generation to build a system beyond its reach. When the establishment finally tried to look back at the youth, they found they were no longer being watched by citizens, but by a shadow state.